In a lush, green jungle, teeming with life, lived a tiny ant named Andy. Andy was small, but his heart was big, and he worked tirelessly every single day, carrying crumbs and leaves back to his colony. Not too far from Andy's anthill lived a magnificent elephant named Elara. She was the largest creature in the jungle, with a long, powerful trunk and ears like giant fans. One sunny morning, Elara was feeling particularly playful. She stamped her giant feet, making the ground shake. "Look at me," she trumpeted. "I am the strongest in the jungle. No one can match my power." She saw little Andy struggling with a large crumb. With a mischievous puff of air from her trunk, she blew the crumb away, sending Andy tumbling. "Ha ha," Elara laughed. "You are so tiny and weak, little ant." Andy picked himself up, his little antennae twitching with frustration. He wasn't hurt, but his feelings were. "Being big doesn't mean you have the right to be unkind, Elara," he said in his small but firm voice. "Strength isn't just about size." Elara just scoffed and lumbered away, thinking nothing of the tiny ant's words. A few days later, a group of hunters came to the jungle. They saw the magnificent Elara and set a trap, digging a deep pit and covering it with leaves and branches. As Elara wandered by, she didn't see the danger and fell right in. The pit was too deep for her to climb out. She trumpeted for help, her calls echoing through the jungle, filled with fear and panic. "Help me! Please, somebody, help me!" All the other animals heard her, but they were too scared of the hunters to come near. They watched from a distance, feeling helpless. But Andy the ant heard her cries and remembered what he had said. He knew he had to do something. He scurried to the edge of the pit and looked down at the terrified elephant. "Don't worry, Elara," he called out. "I'm here to help." Elara looked up and saw the tiny ant. Hope faded from her eyes. "What can you do? You're too small," she cried. Andy didn't listen to her doubts. He had a plan. He raced back to his anthill. "Everyone," he chirped, "Elara is in trouble. We need to help her." He explained his plan, and a massive army of ants, thousands upon thousands of them, followed him back to the pit. Working together, they began to carry tiny grains of soil, one by one, from the edge of the pit and drop them inside. At first, it seemed like an impossible task. The pile of soil grew so slowly, but the ants didn't give up. They worked all day and all night, a moving river of black, tirelessly building a ramp inside the pit. Elara watched in amazement. She had once mocked their size, but now, their numbers and determination were her only hope. Slowly, the ramp of soil grew higher and higher. Finally, after what felt like forever, the ramp was high enough. With a mighty effort, Elara placed her front feet on the ramp and heaved herself out of the pit. Just as the sun began to rise, she was free. She turned to Andy, who was standing on a leaf, looking very tired, but very proud. Tears welled up in Elara's big eyes. "Thank you, Andy," she said, her voice soft and full of gratitude. "You saved me. I was so wrong to make fun of you. You taught me that it doesn't matter how big or small you are. True strength comes from a kind heart and working together." From that day on, Elara and Andy became the best of friends. The mighty elephant never looked down on anyone small again, and all the creatures in the jungle learned a valuable lesson, that even the smallest friend can have the biggest heart, and together, there is nothing they can't achieve. Thank you so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe